Hi, everybody. This is Thought Salon. I'm Shannon, and I'm the artist business coach. So, Thought Salon is a weekly group where we come together and talk about our thoughts, talk about what thoughts are holding us back, and see if we can understand where we are and what to do next and how to make the next move in our creative businesses. So in past thought salons, we've talked about some different concepts. One was, what is the one thought that is holding you back? It's really helpful to identify that one thought that may be really standing in your way. And sometimes it's surprising. So I really suggest that you go back and watch that thought salon and see if you can identify that one thought that's holding you back. We've also talked about, why do I avoid, procrastinate, and resist? And of course, this is a concept that plagues everybody, not just artists, but especially for us. Sometimes we have to kind of let ideas sit for a while, but when it comes to the point where we're not acting on them for a long time, or we're resisting and putting it off, it's time to take a look at that. And that thought salon where I talk about this concept, I hope is helpful. Today, we're going to talk about being overwhelmed by ideas. Sometimes we just have so many ideas, it just feels like too much, and we're not sure which direction to go. So hopefully today will be helpful. Well, first I want to say that when we feel overwhelmed by ideas and our brain seems to be just on overload, what I want to offer today is that only half of your brain is overwhelmed. Of course, it's the left part. The left part of your brain loves order and categories and counting. The right part of our brains is what Dr. Ramachandran calls an anomaly detector. The right brain loves new ideas, loves all sorts of different concepts, and it's the machine that develops so many different ideas. It's very sensitive to deviations and things that are different. So our right brain is always detecting these things and seeing new anomalies all around us, seeing new ideas, making new connections. But what happens is the left brain loves to order and categorize and count things. And if there are too many deviations or anomalies, what it does, it kind of shuts down. It goes into denial. It smooths things over. Nothing to see here. So this idea of having the right brain as our anomaly detector and the left brain as putting things in order really makes sense. The right brain is just fine with lots of ideas. The left brain gets overwhelmed. So if you're feeling this way, I just want you to know your brain is working. And the executive function of our brain is to sort of make decisions and decide what to do next, see the big picture, and manage all of these different parts of the brain. So how to deal with all the ideas? I have a couple of suggestions today. So if the right brain is the idea guy and the left brain puts things in order, I want you to think about of your brain as like a beehive. The right brain is the executive function really is the queen, right? The queen kind of runs everything. The whole purpose of the hive is to help the queen reproduce so the hive can continue. The left brain is the worker bees and the drones. Okay, so the left brain does the honey sealing and the drone feeding and attends the queen and packs the pollen and propolisizes the honey, creates the honey and deals with the dead bees and fans the bees, carries water and there are guard bees and foraging bees. And all of these roles happen during the worker bee's life. Okay, so the worker bee keeps things in order and makes sure that everything runs smoothly. So this is your left brain, organizing things and categorizing things and counting things, doing all the little jobs that need to be done. If there's too much going on, it's understandable that the left brain, the worker bee, is going to be overwhelmed. And the drone bee only has one job, really. Well, two. One is to mate with the queen and to help propagate the whole hive. And the other one, the drone bee also heats and cools the hive with their wings. So that's part of their job. And so between the worker bee and the drone bee, the hive keeps order. Okay, so the main message here is, in this metaphor, is to let each part of your job do its brain, to let each part of your brain do its job. See how my brain switched things there. Let each part of your brain do its job. When each part of your brain is doing the job that it does well, then there's order. There's not too many ideas. There's not too much chaos. And so, but how do you do that? How do you, when, especially as creatives, we're so involved in the ideas and it's so exciting to us that it's hard to go to the left side, right? It's hard to slow down and just do one thing after another and all of that. Well, here's another metaphor that I have found to be very helpful, and that's the stage. So we think of the ideas that are actually being acted out right now. Say you have a show, or say you are giving a performance, or say you're planning something right now that's going to be happening. You're working on a series of paintings in the studio. Whatever's on your easel, whatever's actually happening right now is on stage. Backstage, you have things that are kind of getting ready, right? Well, maybe you may be sketching out a new series, or you may be preparing your lines for a play. You may be practicing music or writing songs or whatever it is. You're backstage. Everything is getting ready for the next thing, the next performance, the next idea. So if you can feel that energy, there's the energy of performance. You're all ready, right? You're on stage. You're all ready. Everything's happening. Backstage, you're ready, but you're still doing all the tasks to make sure that everything goes smoothly. You know what play you're in. You know what you're preparing for, right? There's no confusion. You know what your costume is, or you're figuring it out, right? You're figuring out these things right now. And then you're getting prepped and you're going to go on stage. So there's another area to the stage metaphor, and that's the green room. So I love this idea. When actors get ready to go on to stage, they may not go on for a while, right? They may not be on for like an hour, especially say like on a talk show or something. You hear about the green room on Stephen Colbert or David Letterman. So people go to the green room and they wait. They may run their lines. They may talk to other people. They may, eat green M&Ms, or, just in the old days, have a cigarette and a drink. Not nowadays. But the green room is where there's waiting. Okay. So I'd like you to think of your ideas as they may come on stage at some point in the future. All right. But let them sit in the green room. Let them stew in their own concept, and let them think, and let them develop into what you need to have happen. Okay, so if you have an idea and you're like, oh, I'm thinking about that, I'm going to put that in my green room and let it just develop. Okay, let it wait. And waiting is such a great part of the creative process. Sometimes you have an idea, it doesn't get really it's a chance to go on stage for many years. Maybe you have a book idea. You can do a little bit of work on it at a time. Meanwhile, you have these other ideas that are more fully developed. They're getting ready, they're getting set, and they're going to go on stage. So when you have the ideas that are on stage, fully developed, being presented, you feel great. You feel like that is a completion and that is your performance. When you're backstage, your thoughts are all about, I'm getting ready, I'm doing the next thing, I'm putting things in order for this performance or show or idea to come to fruition. And then in the green room, your ideas are waiting. There may be a lot of ideas back there. It may be a huge green room full of ideas, but that's okay. They can all connect. They can make friendships between each other, and you can get those ideas. And when all happening, and when you're ready, go into the green room and say, you're next. Let's get you backstage and get your makeup on and get all of the things that we need to do to take you down that road to become the next idea. So I hope that this is helpful. I hope that this gives you a metaphor to think about the different roles that your ideas have, the different parts of your brain, and the different ways that you can organize and help your ideas not be overwhelming, not be too much, but know that you have a process to take them to the next stage. I'm excited to talk to you about your art and your business. So if you feel like you would like to take some of these concepts further, if you have questions about Thought Salon or anything, please click the button below. You can make an appointment, and I do free consultations for an hour, and we can just talk about your ideas and your business. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day.